Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Denise with Spiritual Growth Tarot, and this reading is for Carol. She wanted to know if Trump has been squirreling away some cash. And actually the whole question was, has he been squirreling away cash that no one knows about? She wanted to know about Jared too, so I'll do that next. But this one's only about Trump, and I added a little question in there as to... well, her question was, has Trump squirreled away cash that no one knows about? And I had to cross out that part because the only way he can squirrel away cash is if someone's helping him do it. He can't do it alone. So I added, if so, where? So his question is, has Trump squirreled away cash, and if so, where? And I'll talk you through the layout. It's the same 7 cards, but I changed up the positions a little bit, the meanings of the positions. So the first card is to dive into the situation, like what has actually happened, challenges to that situation, what Trump has done in the past, what he's currently doing in that department as far as squirreling away cash that's hidden, who has helped him, and then his future and the outcome. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing with the Lenormand to get a, in-depth view. So, there we go. The situation, the challenges, the past, presently what he's doing, who has helped him, future, and the outcome. Okay, I can always draw more cards there if I need. So with the tarot, well, situation here with the 9 of Pentacles reversed, that tells me that there's been some financial setback for him. This is like the squirreling away tons of cash, and you're in the lap of luxury, or you're living a luxurious life. When it's reversed, something's wrong there. The actual situation is that he's had financial setbacks, so he hasn't been able to squirrel away the cash that he wants. The challenge to the situation with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, that further reinforces that situation. It has him being stuck and stagnant and stubborn, Like he's wanting to change that, but I don't know that he's been able to. So let's keep going. So, wow, look at all these pentacles. Okay. We were asking about money, so that's what we get. With the 7 of Pentacles, this has to do with his investment. So his past, in the past, he has been looking at his investments and watching them dwindle away. Okay. Presently, with the King of Swords, ooh, that has to do with fighting legal battles. That has to do with his vengeful... This is like Bill Barr. This is any other, person of the Department of Justice or the... this is any attorney. Any attorney who has been acting like a tyrant and acting on his, behest as the vengeful, tyrant that Trump is, or the wannabe dictator. And so they're trying to get even. Somehow, presently, it's not working for him legally because of the abuse. That's really interesting. Who has helped him? Some man who has felt very impotent. Some man who wanted to, get all he could, but he couldn't. Maybe this is like Rudy Giuliani. It's most likely a fire sign, so Aries, Leo, or Sag. Interesting. Well, we'll have to use some more cards to get inside of that. It's actually anybody. Oh, I see it a different way. If you just look at it like straight up, it's like a lot of power and you go forward and you get what you want. When it's reversed, it's anybody that wanted to hide it, you know. This could be like squirreling it away, putting it in the ground. You know, it's like hiding it under a rock. That's interesting. Okay, well, I'm just going to keep going. With the future being the temperance reversed, well, that has us in that department of not having, you know, of course, that long-term vision that a person wants to have for their financial future. So that's a frustration. And the outcome is a loss in partnership with the Two of Cups reversed. There's some loss in partnership. Wow. That's really interesting. Okay. I mean, this is of course, you know, like a dependent kind of a, you know, dependent relationship too. But this is a breakup of that. Okay, so using the Lenormand, well, mice steal little tiny bits at a time, and then pretty soon you turn around and whatever they've been gnawing on, you realize, oh, there's a hole in there, and somebody's been eating at it, and oh my goodness, there's mouse poop everywhere too, because that's what they do. So because this is the situation. It hasn't been going well for him because he's been stealing. I get the feeling this has to do with cash he's tried to squirrel away from his, you know, his campaign. I mean, you gotta remember, there was 107 million from his first campaign, and no one could explain where it came from. And of course, he's managed to steal that and put it into his own coffers. So that's what that situation's about. And he's probably been doing it all along. You know, there's another viewer that wanted me to read on Brad Parscale. So that's Parscale or Parscale. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but this may be. This could be him. He could have been one of the little thieves. You know, with mice, it's like it's more than one. It's more than one. In this major situation where the money's running out, there's a financial setback. But the financial setback can be because of all the thieving that happened through that campaign account, and then with his second campaign as well. Or not campaign, what am I saying? Yeah, it's his campaign, but in his first in 2016, 2017, I'm sorry, I misspoke. When I said the 107 million, I meant from his inaugural event. That he raised 107 million by selling tickets and doing other nefarious things for his inaugural event, and it's to get 107 million into to have an event, an inaugural event. It was like 3 times or more than 3 times than the usual amount that any president prior to him had spent, and they couldn't account for where the money went. Except, Melania tried to throw her friend Stephanie under the bus and say that she took 25 million And maybe she did, maybe that part was true, but if Stephanie did spend 25 million, then that would be about the normal amount for an entire inaugural event. But they weren't going to say, Trump and Melania wouldn't say anything else about where the other, the rest of that went. Because 25 is a very small portion of 107. So, okay, so in the challenge to this stealing, that has to do with like well, this is of course, the reputation and honor, but it's also the card of clubs. So some club. Some club that is just, stuck and trying to hold on to the money. This Knight of Pentacles may very well be a person, who collected all the money and was just really focused on the money and did it in every little way that they could. Like this could be Brad Parscale. That's very possible. So, okay, so let's keep going. So in the past, yes, the money flow, investing in the money flow. So that's that there. Well, let's do it here. And presently, they're still seducing others. They're still trying to get the money in. And there are many of these wannabe dictator tyrants, want to get all they can selfishly involved. Who helped? A whole conglomerate of people. But the tree card that's a huge, think of all the branches that go out. And then again, like I say often with this card, the roots that go out, they suck up everything around. So this is like people who felt disempowered and they deep down believe that they're nothing without money. And so they want to suck up all the money that they can. Because inside they're empty. They're dead and empty inside. So they want to suck up life force from anything around them. In the future, it will be revealed. It will be made public. I love seeing that. And then the outcome, well, this has to do with, I need to draw more cards because this has to do with money. So partnerships breaking up and the money, and then the money goes where? You know what? I need another deck because maybe the money goes back to the people, but I can't get that card again from this deck if that's what the case is. So give me a moment. Actually, let me use a smaller deck. Gives a little more room. Okay, so the outcome, what is the outcome? Because we can see we have a breakup of a partnership, whoever's been able to help him funnel the money away. Well, actually, wait a minute. Before I do this, because my question was, if so, where? And I didn't really put a position there. So, where? Where has the money gone? Because this is the money. And this is the money in the past. Invested in the past. So, where? Where's it gone? Where has the money gone? Or how? Like who pulled it away? Need more on this. I love seeing this in the future. The imbalance will be rewrited. It will be turned upward the way it needs to go, and available to the public. So maybe the money, maybe his assets will be seized, and it will go back to the USA. because he has stolen, you know, from us. But I'm wondering, like, where'd the money come from? Did it come from Russia? Did it come from the NRA? Was it from Russia through the NRA? Where'd the money come from? Besides his selling, you know, what if there's any illegal ways that the money came from? I want to see that. Because of course, you know, there are all the idiots that wanted to be there with him at the, although his inaugural, you could see by photographs it wasn't very big, but he tried to say it was bigger than Obama's, of course, because that's, you know, because he measures everything that way. It's just a pissing contest because he's so distorted. Okay, so where'd the money come from? All right. Well, I don't have any overseas cards. This is a woman. So some woman. So maybe Rebecca Mercer? Some woman who's been very selfish over the years and could, you know, distract and maybe kind of tie things up in knots to where things can't get past. And maybe she's ill now? Maybe there's been some COVID relief funds that he has stolen and Ivanka has helped him. This I think has to do with his followers who were, you know, emotionally distorted enough to, you know, emotionally ill enough to donate. And maybe like little bits, little deliveries. Okay. Okay, so now let me use this other deck and make some room up here. So what is going to be the outcome? What will be the outcome for him financially? I don't see anything like hidden, like things aren't going to be so hidden here. This had to do with the where. Okay, so that's okay. Let me drop into the outcome. So the outcome to Trump over all of this. Okay, three cards for the outcome. Oh, this is him. He'll be blocked. So the outcome is financial outcome to him. It will be blocked because we can trust that there are people who will take responsibility, who have been taking responsibility in all the small little ways that our government can work well. Interesting. Okay, let me smooth these up a little bit. Yes, and again, the garden card, so it will be public. And now this card could have to do with, it can either be that it's Putin in Russia, or it could be that it'll come out public that there was some Russian money that was funneled in, and it could also be that this could be the financial security of the public. Yeah, and this commitment, this partnership. So now I think that this had to do with Putin. Yeah, Putin and the ways. Oh yeah, if you look at these cards together, like the little kitty card here, and here's here. Let me take it out. See the yarn, all the thread that goes everywhere, and there's a little kitty here that can kind of distract, and this one's looked away. It's not even looking down at what's going on. Well, that's how Putin could work, is through all these like complicated, nefarious ways. And there could be a woman that's involved too, and this is also a female card. It could be like 3 people or some triangular kind of relationship. Okay, but the outcome. This is about the outcome. It will be public. And it will end. The betrayal will end. And then again, with a woman card, there's some woman that's involved. So I don't know if it's... we're just going to have to wait and see who that is. Because it'll come out. It's like the burden of proof. We can trust that, boy, man, a couple years from now, we're going to be shocked. And probably all the movies that'll come out after that, like we've got years of looking forward to. I mean, I don't eat popcorn, but like if you do, popcorn. This could also be a female attorney that will help these things end. Like this could be Letitia James, and this could be any other female attorney with, SDNY, or could even be Virginia. I don't know all the players involved, but I mean, we have the woman card twice. Oh, she's under there somewhere. The woman card twice. So that's something to really pay attention to. So I think that we're going to be protected by this woman and this governmental, the governmental structure that we have in place. So okay, well that's all I have for that one. I'll do the same thing for Jared, but maybe make it a little shorter. Unless he seems to be more complicated. I don't know. Maybe there'll be more clues in there about him in relationship with Donald. So, okay. Thanks, you guys. Take good care.